Hey guys, what's cracking? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 and we'll get started. I need yeah, give me a 5 for 5 guys and we'll get going here. I do want to, let me know if I got any audio issues or anything like that. If you guys hear any like background noise, please let me know. And we'll get into it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Alright. Hey, good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Okay. So, first thing I want to say, guys, is we're going to, actually, I'm going to do that right now. Give me 1 second. I wasn't going to do this till the end, but I think it's probably best if I do it right now, like, you know. Yeah. That's what I said. I said, yeah. Right? Just kidding. But kidding, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Let's I want to bring your guys' attention to something here real quick. I'm just going to bring it over here. We will go here. My channel. And we'll bring it down here. Okay. I need you guys to do me a favor. And what I want to do is this. So I don't even know what the heck is going on with that. Oh, is that the live chat replay? Okay. If you could, if you want a chance to win those cards I was talking about, come back to this video right here, this particular live stream, and come down here to the comments, leave a comment, and then I will be I'm gonna give you guys till Monday to come back to this live stream and leave a comment, and I'm gonna get a random number generator. I already got one. I just gotta do it. But I'm gonna take whoever leaves a comment, and if that random number generator hits your number, we will I'll be sending you out some cards, and they're Sunspot cards, and actually I can actually show them to you. So let me do this to you real quick. Let's back that one up there. Okay. Go to live streams. Okay. It's this right here. You guys see him right here? Let me see. Let me make sure OBS is showing that. Okay, it is. Okay, cool. So, anyway, yeah, if you would, please do that. And we will get that going. But they're pretty cool cards. So, I would really, if you guys want a chance at that, if you could, please just come back and leave a comment underneath that video I just showed you guys. It would be the one that is titled Two Blasts from the Sun. Right here. Okay? So just come leave a comment. Whatever the comment is. I don't care what it is. And yes, you can put as many comments in there as you want. I'm going to just enter the total number of comments, and we're going to see if, I'll put it in a number generator, and I'm going to give away 2 decks tomorrow. I'm going to give you guys till Monday, though. I'm sorry. Monday. And so if you do it by tomorrow night, then yeah, we'll do it that way. It's just something small. I just want to get back to you guys. That's all. That's all that's about. Okay? Just so you know. So yeah. So I'm going to get rid of that. All right. Hey, Ron, thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and get started here, though, because I do want to respect everybody's time. Did I? I sure did. What the heck am I doing? Hate that when I do that. I had some tabs set up, and it just deleted all of them. So yeah, I'm back though. We're back, so we're good. We are good. All right, guys. Yeah, we had a geomagnetic storm, and thanks again, Ron. Appreciate you, man. Anybody got a gifted membership from that? Please tell him thanks. He's a rock star, really is with all that. It is he's always supported that way, and he's doing it's awesome. So thank you for that. And anybody else that's a member, I will be doing a members live stream probably either tomorrow or even later on tonight. Most likely not tonight, just so everybody understands that. But what I will say is, yeah, probably tomorrow at some point. I got some stuff I want to bring to you guys, and I need some advice and that kind of thing. So anyway, geomagnetic storm watch. Yeah, that's what we're going on here. Check it out. Even later today, in just a few hours, well, it's tomorrow, my bad, that NOAA is forecasting a geomagnetic storm. If you remember on my live stream, did I do it yesterday? I think, was it yesterday? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did a live stream. I can't remember if I skipped a day or not. My life has just been all over the place, guys. So, anyway, whatever day that was, that X flare happened, and it produced a CME. And we also have coronal holes that rotated through. Here's one of those. Then we'll take a deeper look here in just a second. I'm just giving you a quick rundown of what's going on. That way people understand if they need to, pop out, they can. I don't want to hold people here if they just want the general ban. There it is. But they are forecasting a G2. And a lot of times when they forecast a G2, they tend to, I guess, downplay just a little bit of what it can be. They are pretty conservative on their forecasting, and I think that that's probably the right approach. I really do, and that goes for everybody. But I was looking at some of the data and stuff, and I'm going to go through some of that with you guys. But here is their forecast model of the CME, and this is NOAA's version of it. It's a CME tracker, so that's a top-down version, and see right here, that's the hit that they're talking about. And it's hard to tell. I think what they're thinking is a CME is going to hit, glancing below from that one that was produced. And then, do you see a steady increase in speed? When you see that, that typically means a coronal hole stream is impacting Earth. So it kind of looks like they're anticipating that the CME to hit just a little bit before the coronal hole stream, and then the coronal hole stream just going to enhance everything. And that's kind of what it looks like to me. So at least that's what their forecasting is. So if I take this, you'll be able to see these CMEs pop off. See right here, they're starting to come, and it's just the one from the X flare. There might have been some smaller ones in there also, like a stealthy CME. But you see how this is happening? So yeah. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind here that the majority of this is the north-south orientation. This is a side cut. Most of this is going north of Earth. Okay, and the coronagraphs kind of confirm that, and I'll show you the coronagraph here in just a minute. But that coronagraph does kind of confirm that directional orientation that NOAA is expecting to see here. And so with that being said, I would agree with that. I would agree with what's going on right there. But then the increase after that, I do believe, is probably coming from the coronal holes. And again, we will take a better look at that here in just a minute. But I do think that we have a decent chance, guys, at getting this. Okay? But again, if that CME doesn't hit like they think it's going to, the coronal hole stream may be enough to put us at least into a low-level geomagnetic storm. Okay? So let's go over here to, let's go take a look at seeds. And this site's been acting kind of weird lately too. it's not wanting to play certain ones, and it's been a little odd. So if you guys have experienced that, that's probably why. You're not the only one. See? So you get no imaging right here. And let me show you something. You can come down here, and this is the same day, and you get images. So something's going on with their website, and for whatever reason, the data is not going into just the full day run up here, but it is coming. It is down here. So if you want to see that stuff, you just come down here and look at it. Now, let's go. I believe, was this it right here? Yeah, I think this was the CME associated with the X flare. Okay, let me double check that real quick. So that happened just a little bit after the day on the 3rd. So let's check that. So no, that's not it. Okay, that's the one after, it looks like. So if we come down here, this is probably the X flare. Yep, that is. You see how the majority of that looks like it's going up north? But you can also see kind of an Earth-directed component here. This kind of hazy look is poking around this occulter. So when you see that, you know that it's either coming at us or going right away from us, because we can't see behind there. And that is a physical disc on the camera. And this is from our perspective. So this satellite sits about 1 million miles closer to the sun than what we are. But it's always looking at the sun. So we will just leave it at that. Hey, Genius by Birth, good to see you. Seeking Truth, Miss Dragon, Trish. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Awesome stuff. Thank you. Anybody who, yeah, gets those gifted memberships from Genius, please let her know how thankful you are. Just tell her thanks. That's a good thing. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you. Hey, Mamba Bear, what's going on? Okay, so let me go back here again. This one might even pick it up too. I'm not sure. No, well, it starts to there on the end. So that is from that X flare, guys, and so that's. Let's go look at see what the coronal hole stream that I'm talking about here. Let's go see that real quick, and we're going to go back to Wednesday and start this run. And we're going to look at it at the 211. Now, this is on SDO. It's a different satellite. It is from our perspective again, okay? It's in geosynchronistic orbit, and all that means is that it stays over the same part of planet Earth. It rotates around our axis with us at the same speed. So it does always keep its eye on the sun, though. So let's let this thing catch up here real quick. But as far as today, I'm not seeing any kind of eruptive behavior. Okay, as far as today on the sun. So what that means is just that. We're not seeing any eruptive behavior on the sun today. Now, the past couple days is what I'm talking about here. Okay? So you can kind of see those coronal holes. And let me let's go ahead and do this real quick, so you guys can see everything. Thanks again, Genius by Birth. I appreciate that. You too, AA Ron. For real. It's helping me more than you know. You guys I hope you guys understand that. And just know I don't take it lightly when you guys do that stuff for me. I really do appreciate it. And I'm trying to show it as much as I can. But that little crazy thing you seen right there is a satellite roll. All it is the satellite has to be recalibrated from time to time. We have to know where its home is, right? Or you can't tell it to move. Because if you don't know what your start point is, you don't know where your end point's going to be, right? So you can't tell it what direction to turn or any of that. So just remember that happens all the time. It's just a recalibration roll on the satellite. It's all that is. And I know it does look funky, but it just, yeah, that's what it is. But these coronal holes are actually pretty deep, guys. So we consider this the Earth strike zone, this little rectangle that I'm doing right here. Okay? That is the Earth strike zone, and with that, I will say this, that anything that rotates in that area, if it does anything while it's in that area, has a fairly decent chance of hitting us. Okay, we're talking CMEs, we're talking flares. Well, let me say this about a flare. If a flare is on this side, we're most likely going to get just about the same amount of X-rays no matter where it's at. Because a flare goes out in all directions. It's light. Okay, it's X-ray. So, but the CME stuff is actual particles. So that actually has a more poignant direction that it needs to go. Right? It has a clear direction. And that's why that matters with a CME and not so much with a flare. Because there's times that we'll catch flares that actually hit on the backside, but they've just crossed over the edge, the limb here. Okay? Or they're getting ready to crest over here. So sometimes the sun actually occults part of the flare. So that you'll hear us oftentimes come on here and tell you, hey, we had an M-class flare, but it most likely was an X-class. Because the sun kind of blocked some of it. With the CME, typically you're not going to hear us say that. The only time we're going to talk about something on the backside that hits us from a CME, it's going to be a radiation storm, and it's only going to be on this side. Because our magnetic connection line to the sun is over here. So when a CME crosses over that, sometimes we'll get a radiation storm. But yeah, so Miss V is in the house. Scrappy Doo, Bill, Laura, Hilly, Billy. Good to see you, brother. Mama Bear's still in there. Laura K, Jan, Stephen A, hi. Hild Mathesian, if I pronounce. Oh, you're from Norway. Hey, good to see you. Love Norway. Love that place. Anyway, okay, so let me I want to give you guys another look at this, because what I want to do, okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just do this. I'm going to go back here to the 94 angstrom, and we'll take a look at it. Okay. Actually, the 94 is it's a pretty good one to pick up flares on, and that's why I'm showing it to you. The CME that was produced, we couldn't really see it a whole lot on SDO here. And the reason why is because the sun itself was the background. There was no contrast there. So when you get a CME that's happening on this side of the sun that's actually coming either directly at us, or it happens in a position like the green. See how the green is the background here? So if a CME happens over here on this side, you got the space black, right? That's the background. So you got a really good contrast in colors. And it makes it easier for us to see. But when it fires here, a CME, the green's the background and it kind of blends in. Because it's all, this extreme ultraviolet, it's all going to be the same color. One might be a little darker than the other, as you can see, and that's what detail that you're seeing here. But it's not very much, there's not too much of a contrast. So when we're talking about this stuff, we got to keep that in mind, okay? And so yeah. Hey Jan, good to see you. Hey Kim Possible. Okay, so you got the X flare did happen right here, and it was from that sunspot, and that sunspot did not. Let me get to the X flare part. If I can get it to stop there. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. There it is. Okay. So there's your X flare, right? Okay. And I think I talked about why that looks like that a couple days ago. I've talked about that before. The camera's getting over flooded with light right there, guys. So yeah, I mean, it's going to do that kind of thing. And You see the checkerboard pattern back here? That's a direct result of the camera. That's not typically going to show up unless you get a flare like that. The camera has to have a whole lot of light, and if you look, you can kind of see on the 94 angstrom anyway, you see a little bit of background noise going on here. So, you know, that is what it is. But there you go. There's the X flare again. So yeah. But that's just the X flare, right? And that is the light hitting the camera, and this is SDO. So by the time when SDO is seeing it, you got to remember that it's seeing something that happened 8 minutes ago. Okay, because it takes about 8 minutes for X-ray to get here. And then particles, if you're talking particles, right? If you see an X flare here, if you see a flare at all, the CME that's produced with that, any kind of particle mass or anything like that, it's going to take it 2 to 3 days to get here. So when you're trying to time things up, you got to keep that in mind. Okay? So the flare and the X-ray, yeah, it's here really, like, immediately. But anything after that, it takes time for it to get here. And that's what I'll say. But yeah. So that just, and again, you know, I just try to explain those kinds of anomalies that we see. We see that all the time. You know, if it was a one-off, I probably wouldn't even talk about it. I would just say, hey, it's just something that happened, right? It's just a glitch in the camera or whatever. But this is something we see consistently with this particular angstrom. And we see it over on, see, this isn't the only satellite either that does it. SOHO will do it, and so will any satellite that's doing extreme ultraviolet. You get into a specific angstrom that they're trying to show you. I think on SOHO, it's the, oh man, I'm trying to think of what angstrom it is. Well, I guess, nah, I'm not going to waste time doing that to you guys. Well, we might even be able to see another one here on SDO. I think we have yeah. Let's look at the 335. I don't typically show you guys this particular one. It's just not my favorite to show because it doesn't show things very well, in my opinion. At least what I usually talk about. We'll let that load. As that's loading, we'll pop over here to spaceweather.com. Okay. And Dr. Tony Phillips over here, he's talking about the same thing I am, and you know, which is oftentimes the case. It's not every time, but it is oftentimes the case because we both report on similar things, so you'll see that quite often. But yeah, but he drew my attention to something I really wasn't paying much attention to, and that is this sunspot right here. The one that did produce the X1, yeah, X flare, the X1, X1.6 is what I think it was, flare. The sunspot group is growing, and with that happening, you got a better chance of them starting to mix, right? And when I say mix, we're talking about magnetic signatures, positive, negative. And when they start swirling around each other, and then you get those reconnection points. When you get a magnetic reconnection, that's the flare. Okay? And that's what happens. So that's why he's talking about this. And this thing is growing really, really fast right now. Check that out. Yeah, it's getting to be pretty big there. Actually, if we go back over here, I bet it's over here on the black and white magnetogram too. The solar visible light right here. Yeah. See that? We can't keep our eyes off of this one either. That's getting real close to the Earth strike zone. So anything that fires off of that right now is most likely going to come our way. Likewise with that one. And then you can probably barely see it, but there is a decent sized sunspot over here too. So that's the kind of stuff that we're kind of looking at. Now see, this right here is exactly what I wanted to show you. Okay? Do you notice that the background, you see this? That's because the angstrom of light it's looking at, and the camera, that's just how the camera is visualizing it. That is always there. That never goes away on this particular imaging. So just remember that. That's kind of similar to what we've seen on the 94, right? It just took a brighter flash for it to show up. Now, we do kind of see things a little different in these angstroms, and that's why we do look at multiple ones. I usually choose not to show you guys this one because of this distortion. But we can see other things in it, right? You're seeing all these flares pop everywhere. And they can make this any color they want, but that background fuzzy look is always going to be there on this particular angstrom. So, I mean, they can make it whatever color, but it's still going to, you know, kind of look fuzzy, I guess, if you want to use those words. Let's see. I wanted to show you this little signature over here. I thought was pretty neat. Where is it? Come on. Where's it at? Where did it show up at? Give me one sec. Right here. See this right here? You see what looks like almost like a hurricane, doesn't it? See all those spinning? Look at that. That's highly charged particles traveling on a magnetic connection line that is actually that shape. Okay, it's not wind. The sun does not get wind like we do here. So when you say solar wind, we're not talking about your hair blowing back. Okay, that's different pressurized air rushing in to replace the other. That's what causes wind here, and that's not what happens here. When we're talking about solar wind, it's actual charged particles traveling in a certain direction on a magnetic connection line. That's how that works. So, yeah. They're two different things. And it is confusing at first when you try to understand it, you know? So, yeah. Like a hot tractor. What are you doing there to me, gunslinger? You about have me saying some things there, man. What's up? I'm just kidding. Okay. So, let's, I want to see if NASA's model is, showing that CME from that one. No, it's not. That's the only bad thing about using the NASA model here, guys, because it was earlier. The CME was, that showed the CME, and I'm sure I could find a way to go back and get the historic data from this. But when this NASA model sees a new CME, it doesn't show you the other one. Okay? So unless they pop off really close to the same amount of time, you're not going to see it. You're only going to see one CME over here. That is one thing about this model, at least the posting of this model, I don't like. But just rest assured though that when I did look at it earlier and it was showing that CME, NASA's got this thing hitting us too. Okay, so I just want to make sure everybody understood that, because it's important to get that, you know. So, I don't have much more for you guys. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer here on a Saturday. I know you guys are doing your thing. But remember, guys, I want to do this for you here real quick. Let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to bring you guys back over here to over here. So if you guys come to this, not this one, this is the members only one I did earlier, okay, a couple of days ago. But if you come here, just go to come to my channel, right, and then go to the live streams, and you're going to see this. Okay, that's what the cards look like. And I'm probably going to give people a choice of what color they want, all right, or what kind they want. I got 6 or 7 different kinds, but there's one called Sunspot, right? And it was discontinued in 2018. My wife found a brick of them, and I'm going to give them away to you guys, okay? But come to this particular, okay, this one here. Come to this live stream, go to the comment section, and leave a comment. You can leave 10, 50, I don't care how many you leave. I wouldn't suggest like spamming a bunch of emojis or nothing, because YouTube will probably hide half of that. Just so you know, they do that. If you're spamming stuff and they think you're spamming, don't do that, because they'll just delete your comment and nobody will ever see it. But just come leave a couple comments, one comment, I don't care. If you guys want a chance to get those cards, that's how I'm going to do it. I mean, again, guys, it's nothing huge, but it's all I can do right now. So, just trying to give back a little to you guys, as much as I can. But come back to that video, leave a comment underneath there, and we will roll with that, okay? So, yeah. But, with that being said, guys, I don't have a whole lot more for you. The geomagnetic storm, we did see some pretty good aurora. I do want to point this out. Did you see this right here? There's a 75% chance that we could get a high M-class flare for the next 3 days. We actually have a 25% chance for the next 3 days of another X flare. Those are pretty significantly up there, okay? They don't always put them up that high, but here we are. That's what they're doing right now. All right? So, with that being said, guys, I am going to pop off. Thank you guys for the gifted memberships. Anybody that left a super chat, if I missed it, I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you, Ripper. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I really do. You guys, I don't know if you guys understand what a mod does. If anybody has never been a moderator on anybody's channel, you got to understand that it is not the easiest job in the world. I will tell you that straight up. Okay? It's not easy. We make mistakes sometimes and we fix them. Other times we're protecting everybody else in the chat, from getting all up, up in an upheaval and stuff. It is definitely something that it takes a certain special kind of person to be able to do a good moderator. And Rip is obviously good at it. So, but anyway, guys, I am going to go ahead and pop off. Thank you guys for being here. And, yeah. I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Yahusha saves. And, yeah. You can drink this Kool-Aid.